is receiving. I'd like to make a few points. One is that people think we're doing this because we're trying to make means for ourselves or because we're just brave. One of the reasons I believe our country has suffered, it's not because we don't know what is right. It's not because we don't have good laws. It is because too often we have not shown enough courage to do the right thing the right way. A mentor of mine told me a long time ago, may his soul rest in peace, the late Gabriel Bacchus Matthews told me and others, when the people of a country suffer in silence, it is dangerous for that country's democracy and peace. Peace is not silence. Peace is truth telling. Peace is democracy at work. Security is not hiding because you're scared. Security is not saying the truth only in your home to your husband or to your wife when nobody can hear you. Security is your ability to say what you truly believe to your government that you created and authorized to act on your behalf. If we cannot do that, if we all get scared, not only will we suffer in silence, which is dangerous for our country, but we will force our children to also suffer in silence and live under conditions that's not healthy for our democracy and the peace and security of our country. Over the last few days, since we made this announcement, we've heard many, including from the opposition community, condemn, challenge, castigate, call us all types of names. Sometimes I listen to how we're nullified and vilified. That it comes across, and anyone will be forgiven for thinking that in fact, I probably recruited President Charles Taylor to the MPFL. When you hear some of the slander, but they can slander me. You should not let them slander your cause. You should not let yourself be scared. You should not give up. You should not give in when you know your cause is just and you are right. There's a reason each of us are here today. There's a reason we are alive today. Because others sacrificed themselves so that we too can have a chance. What sacrifices are we also ready to make so that others after us can have a chance? I've heard some people say, oh, it's a good cause, but it's a bad messenger. Oh, it's a good cause for the people, but if we participate and permit it to succeed, what will ultimately happen is that it will operate to the political best interest of our opponent. Even opposition people are saying this. Shame on you. Shame on you for not having the true courage to stand up for a good cause for the people. There are only two sides to what we face in the country today. On one side is the government that is responsible for the suffering of our people and don't want this rally to happen. Strangely, this is the same government which just recently, 5 years ago, if that is recent at all, won 61%, more than 61% of the votes in our country. President Weah came to power. Such was the overwhelming mandate of the people that he himself could not take his oath of office in the national shrine where others before him did. He took his oath at the SKD. This is why we are returning to the SKD. Of this country. This is where the people have a right to return, to remind him of those broken promises. That's why they're scared for us to go there. And they told us to go outside into the empty space, and they charge us for it. Liberian people space, Liberian people coming out. In the outside empty space, and you charge us, and we stay paid, but you stay scared. The people that gave you over 61% of the vote, what have you done that you are afraid of them to be? No child who does good gets afraid of going home. The same people who accuse him of wanting to destabilize, with fermenting chaos, they were the ones asking us to go to ATS, opposite A at the barracks, across from A at the mansion, and the Capitol building. If you say we want to disturb the country, peace, why are you trying to send us near government installation? Shouldn't you be sending us all the time here? They're scared of the people. My people, you listen to Mr. Kula. There are some in the opposition community that want to make this about them. Not about me, not about Mr. Cummings. You listen to Mr. Cummings. None of us want this to be about us. But some are so selfish. They are looking to their electoral chances at the expense of the suffering people of this country. You say the people are suffering, the cause is good, but you're scared to stand for them and stand with them. Woe unto you. I won't call their names here. I promise some people I will not react. But woe unto you and your conscience. You want to seek power at the expense of the people. But when it comes time to stand up for the people, some of you look for every reason unimaginable to hide yourselves. This country will rise. This country will be democratic. Each of us, God appointed unto us a lifetime. We will not die before our time. No. Nor will we silence ourselves as if we are dead before our own times. No. God alone holds our lives. This is why we fear no man. No man. We don't say you don't have the capacity to harm us, but you don't have the capacity to silence us. Only God. And one day when we gave up this life, we hope that we will have a better country for our children to live. Where they too will be able to speak truth to power without threats of violence, without fear. Liberian people, you have a chance to stand up. Turn out. Some of you journalists, I know you put big journalist press on your t-shirt just so nobody can mistake you. It will be a peaceful rally. I told you from day one, and I'm saying it to you again. You listen to Mr. Cummings, I think it was yesterday, tell you this is a peaceful rally. The government tried to mischaracterize it and call it protest, call it this test, call it hard test. We are having a peaceful rally, period. If you want to stay away because you're scared, you're helping this government to make people scared. If you disagree with us and you don't want to show up, fine, that's your democratic right. But if you agree with us and you're scared to show up because you think something will happen to you, you're helping this government mislead our people. If you know this is a just cause, and you worry about whether if it succeeds, Liberian people will vote for you, you are selfish. You are not running for the people, you're running for yourself. Anybody who running for the people will stand up for the people when the people need you to stand up for them.
Yes, sir.
Stop your excuses. Stop your excuses. You want to be a man for the people? This is the time. Liberian people are suffering too much. The stories about, and some people try to make it to distract. Is Louis Brown suffering? Is Alexander Cummings suffering? Is George Winslow suffering? Somebody said a long time ago, you cannot be truly healthy when everybody around you is sick. Even if you have $1 million, you cannot be rich when everybody around you poor. Yes. But what kind of human being are you that others in your community, others in your neighborhood, people you know are suffering, and you say, I am not suffering, so I will not identify with them? Woe unto you. We must eat, be each other's keeper. We must eat, be our brother's keeper. We must eat, be our sister's keeper. This is a divine calling unto all of us. Who family here don't know that Liberians are suffering? And some people argue, okay, so the people can't, they trivialize this. They joke with people's pain. I went to a village where people die in canoe. I tell you all repeatedly about this 8-week-old baby whose body was never found. I told you about men crying from the pains, from the agony, from the anguish. Every day we see honorable people turn into beggars in their own country, begging just for one meal. When the government is so wasteful, people are suffering. We can choose to let them suffer in silence and play politics about it. This, for some of us, is not about politics. I am running for nothing. So some of you who are running for everything, you don't need to fear me because I'm running for nothing. I just want a better country. People die for us to be able to see it. And even if we're wrong, this government or no other government should ever frighten us or try to kill us because we have the right to say what we believe our reality to be true. You can disagree with us, but you have no right to threaten our lives or to kill us because we disagree with you. And so those who don't want to stand on the side of the people, there are only two sides here. The people and the government. If you are an opposition figure and you say the cause is right, but you will not stand with the people, then you are actually standing with the government. Look, we told you December 17 we'll go to the SKD. Some of you doubted it. Fear should never be the basis of a people acting. Fear. We also told you that thing that happened on July 26th, when peaceful children were beaten, brutalized, and disgraced in the street. It will never happen in our country again. It should never, ever happen in our country again. And it's a duty that we have to make sure it never happens again. If you are scared and you stay home, I know Liberian people will have to look for heroes sometimes. That little brown boy, the boy brave. Meanwhile, he's sitting way behind his girlfriend. And they say they want Louis Brown. Hey, I'm going to give it to them. Don't let Louis Brown alone give it to them. Give it to them too. You are feeling it. Don't make this about me. I'm not trying to run for anything. Don't make this about me. Make this about you. What do you honestly feel? Mr. Cummings said a few days ago, if even you enjoying and you know the Liberian people that are struggling and suffering, come out and support them. You have a duty to. If you get scared now, somebody said to me, you know, why we don't just wait and then election time, we just go vote the government out. My answer to them is simple. If 10 months to the election, you are scared to stand up, you are scared to come out, you are scared to be seen or to be heard, on election day, you sure you will come out? This is when you should test whether you have the courage to even come out on election day. Because if you think they're frightening you now, they will frighten you even more on election day. Show them you own this country too. Say no to their attempt to threaten and frighten you. I have family members scared for my life, calling you. Please, let it be so. I say to them in honest love, I can't stop. We will not stop. Mr. Cummings cannot stop. None of us here should stop. Because if we stop, because a family member scared for me or for them, we will only institutionalize fear to the point that it will go beyond my family to your family and many, many other Liberian families. No family should survive here out of fear. No family should be silent in this country out of fear. No member of the press should will themselves into self-censorship out of fear. Then you're in the wrong profession. Find something else to do. I appeal to all Liberians everywhere. This is your chance to speak. This is your rally. And it will be peaceful. We promise you we'll go to the SKD. The government, through the Ministry of Justice, announced said, yes, you're going to go to the SKD. We just told you why. Come there. Come in your numbers. We know that before that day, just as we working to mobilize, they will be working to demobilize. They will be going in community and frightening people. It's your choice to make for your country and your future. Too often we have seen when leaders and citizens are afraid to risk anything, they lose everything. People can deny you food. People can deny you jobs. People can deny you, and people can even take your life. But what they must never do to you is to deny you your own self-value, your own worth as a human being. Don't let boys make you, don't let boys make you a man to be a boy. Stand up for something. Stand up for your country. Liberia needs all of us on that day. We're getting calls from all other counties now saying, oh, but you didn't know we're suffering too. One John Erado said, big girl, that won't be for Monserrado. Come out in your numbers. Speak to your government. We heard women this morning talking to the country. And then we still get some men talking about, and you know, boy, you know, however, yeah, boy. You either ready to stand for the people, or you standing with the government. There's no if and in between. And those who think you enjoy it, fine for you. We pray that you continue to enjoy. But the policy say if they didn't get you now, the government policy, if they didn't get you now, they will get you tomorrow. You better make sure they're doing the right thing by the country and the people. On the phones, I just want to make one clarity. If you have seen a form or written a name, one of the reasons we started sending out forms is because we wanted to connect with those who will turn out. We don't want that there is a person that was there and the police may have arrested them and we have no way of knowing or reaching out to them. That's why we ask people to, we're not trying to get our name to government or to use it for, but we're trying to make sure everybody who turns up on that day, we can account for them and we can help provide security for them. Our people started meeting today with the Liberia National Police. They have a duty to provide security. We will ensure that they keep that duty. Our people will be safe on that day. Or some of them don't deserve to be paid to do their jobs. They get paid by the Liberian people money, they will do their jobs on that day. Some of them just be getting the money and we see what they've been doing. On that day, we see what they've been doing. You have no reason to fear. My people, come. In your thousands. Nothing will happen to you. So part of the form that will make sure we are able to trace people. If you get arrested in the corner, or somebody attacked you, or somebody, we will know you, we will find you, we will protect you. You arrest any of our people, we'll trace them by the phone and we'll find where they are. You put in any depot, we'll go there, we'll move them from you. You better have a reason to arrest any of our people. That's why we started this form. So between now and Friday, if you don't reach, if phone didn't reach you and you're able to put your name on form, you can still come to the rally. Don't let phone hold you back. Come to the rally. Come. Stand up for your country. Stand up for Liberia. Stand up for what you're feeling and give yourself a chance to express it. Now, everybody will not be on stage to speak on that day. I may not speak on that day. The people are drawing up, they will draw up the program later and they'll keep informing you about the program. But the ordinary Liberian people will speak on that day. That is their program. We want them to be heard. They will speak, they will take the stage. Then we will collect their views, and at a subsequent date, we'll present it to the legislature. That's the plan we have. So the legislature will hear what the people say. One thing we don't want to go gather there, then they accuse us of trying to make sure people ain't going to work. So we'll way all the time where the president made a promise to the people. Then we'll bring down other decisions that people made about where his promises are now and present it to them. So we invite all of you to please attend. You have nothing to fear, like they say, but fear itself. And you know, let me paraphrase someone. If you do not overcome fear, you never live truly. You are imprisoned by your fears. Don't let your government imprison you by fear. Or don't imprison yourself because the government threatens you with fear. I thank all of you. I look forward to seeing you.
So, welcome to the question session. And most of our questions.
Chairman Cummings.
If not less.
Yes. So, one person will ask one question.
Asking Liberians to be in attendance on Saturday.
So, please, one question.
And answer time.
Obadiah Johnson from the Capital. Good afternoon, Honorable. Liberians both home and abroad have been requesting the planners of the December 17 rally, along with their family members, including Mr. Alexander Cummings, his wife and other residents, to also form a part of the peaceful rally. In the case of eventuality, are you willing to take full responsibility or bear the consequence of the action of December 17th? There are also conjunct reports that...
Thank you very much for that. So, Ambassador...
No, but I'm okay. So look, I will be at the peaceful rally of December 17, 2022 in the outside ring of the Samuel Kanye School. Mr. Cummings has indicated publicly and privately that he will be there. Now, we are committed to a peaceful rally. It was the government person that introduced the word protest. And I know our psychology, our history, is that protest tends to be a bit difficult. But we are having a peaceful rally. We are doing everything to ensure it is a peaceful rally. I don't know who the spokesperson that in the diaspora that decide that they want to give condition for us who on the ground here and what we need to do here. I advise them, if they think every family member who may be outside the country or live anywhere else need to be here, they themselves who calling for the suggestion need to be here too. But be that as it may, we are doing everything to ensure it is a peaceful rally. You listen to Mr. Kula, including providing ambulances, including working with the Liberia National Police. And we want them to take responsibility if anything goes wrong, because they are constitutionally responsible for security. Unless you start telling each of us now to start raising our own private army to protect ourselves, which is not what democracy is about, at least not democratic governance. If you want to tell me now that the police cannot take responsibility, that this government lacks the capacity to protect its people, I'm not sure that's what you want to tell me, because that's very dangerous. So the Liberian people will attend, assured that the government has a duty to protect them. And we are confident the government will do its duty. And we invite anybody in the diaspora, everywhere. If you is a spokesperson in the diaspora, Can you on the ground, this spokesperson here too? We invite you to join us. Let me, having said that, recognize and we'll invite him after your question to make brief remarks. Former representative, former senator of Cummings County, Honorable Sandro Johnson, and you will hear from himself some of the efforts. Yes, he heard us on radio and just sent me a note to say, I am coming there and I will be at the rally and the Liberian people will hear me. So he came by himself to join this press conference to encourage our people. We'll give you a few minutes after your question. Yes, please.
Thank you so,
let me make a question short.
Thank you so much. Honorable Louis Brown, thank you so much. My name is Delton Dolly. Honorable Louis Brown, since Flames TV Africa, sir. Flames TV Africa. Since President George Weah became president, there have been a series of protests. Save the state and bring back our money. The outcome of these protests is still remain a challenge. What can we say about your protest, you having a protest? What can we expect to see at the outcome?
You falling for the government propaganda. We repeatedly say, and I beg you please read your stories properly. This is a peaceful rally. Now, does it mean we're scared to call it protest? No! But we want to call it what it actually is. You stop mischaracterizing it. This is a peaceful rally of Liberians, and Liberians have a right to do so. Now, here's the question. You have suggested in your question to me that the government does not listen. You say to me, Mr. Brown, this is a deaf and dumb government. They don't listen, they don't talk, they don't care. That's what you just said to me. But should the Liberian people just go sit down in silence because the government can't listen, can't talk, can't hear? No. Liberians should not be permitted to suffer in silence. Even if the government does not listen, do your part. Your duty is to speak loudly and clearly about what you feel. You know, they've been running all around with a public relation that everything okay in the country, that nobody's suffering, that everything all right, that Liberian people enjoying. You listen to the president for the Miami, insulting people intelligence, insulting your being. When somebody jokes about what you are feeling, they're insulting you. Now we have a choice. We can sit down quietly and accept the insult. Or we can say, no, that's not true. You know, freedom of expression can be expressed many ways. Turning out and marching peacefully is an expression of freedom. You don't have to stay to the microphone and speak. Just turning out is an expression. Especially when the government is doing everything to ensure you don't turn out. If you don't turn out, the message that will go out to the rest of the world. If the government can't hear and see, the rest of the world can hear and see. The message that will go out to the rest of the world is that that's not true. Liberians are not happy. Now, that's your choice. Do you still want us to forget it? Or do you want us to get the message out to the world? That Liberians are not satisfied, Liberians are not happy, and Liberians die of suffering. I think, if I know you well, you want us to do it, and we'll do it for you on December 6th.
Mr. Brown, my name is Aaron Kuban. I work for Spoon TV. My question was not specifically to you, but to Mr. Martin Kola. While you were addressing the press and mentioning these institutions and groups that endorse this protest, he talked about, the rallies. The rallies, he mentioned a group comprising ex-combatants, ex-servicemen. We can recall, partially, the U.S. government sanction former government official, and as part of the release of the statement that came from the US, was that individual was supporting ex-combatants. How did you reach at the point where ex-combatants are endorsing your protest? Is it that you're sponsoring them, sponsoring the terrorists, they follow the CPP too as well?
Okay, so let me start answering you. Okay. You know, I take it from my mom. You know, one of the problems with our country is there's good and there's bad. We should stop trying. You know, one of the problems I think wrong with this government, they're so divisive. They don't know what lies against which to divide us anymore. They divide us by tribe. I started off by telling you that some of the criticism I'm reading about myself for being one of the voices, I'm not the only voice, for being one of the voices to call for this. You listen to the president himself. When I endorsed Mr. Cummings, then he went to the church. He got us behind the pulpit. Then he started calling me rebel. An ex-combatant is a citizen of Liberia. If we don't, in fact, we better be caring for them. Because some of them got skills that they can throw down. Some of them got experiences they can't drop. You know, there's something in your hand, you say, drop it. What we have an obligation to do, and any responsible government must also do, is to provide for the least of its citizens. The strength of a team is in its weakest link. That is why we are concerned about overcrowded prisons of young people. That's a threat to the future of our country. So many children commit first-time offenses, they end up in jail, and they return from there as hardened criminals. The society will deal with it because there's no rehabilitation program in our prisons. So, the people you call ex-combatants are citizens of this republic. They have rights, they have duties. We call them veterans. The people that are on drugs, the young people that are returning to drugs and going out of frustration to do drugs. Some of them are behind the rising crimes you see in the community. If a government and a society does not care for the least of us, you will pay for it by most of us. Again, you will not save until every Liberian feels safe in their own country. No opportunity should be denied any Liberian because they are ex-combatant, they are veteran, they are at risk, or they are what? Whatever we want to call them. Sobo. If we don't provide opportunities, and this is why you suggest that they're not suffering too. Some of these people have no limbs. Look at our disabled community. Look at our disabled community. Blind, deaf, dumb. Walk the streets. See our people begging, no drug rehabilitation program. 5 years. And some people say, yeah, but why you can't do it too? Amen. We pay these people for different people to do their jobs. That's why they ran for the election. If you know you ain't able to do the job, why you ran for it? Then you got the job now, and you don't want to serve the people that elected you. We will not distinguish between Liberians. We are not even distinguishing between parties. You listen to Mr. Kula. If you get your party t-shirt, you feel you want to wear it on a day, wear it. If you get plain t-shirt, they give you places where even if you get party, Even you running for yourself. Put your own picture on your t-shirt. Once you tire, we'll retire on it. We'll print it for you free. Like Martin said, we want the message. We tired dividing Liberia. And this thing about guilt by association, it gotta stop in our country. If you know anybody who did anything specifically wrong, I hear everybody talk. One guy actually said to me, this morning on Fabric Radio. He actually spent, I know that 3-day free call, but he actually spent something to call the radio station to say, I advise President Taylor to do something, to start demonstration in the country. The only point I see, you were in the room the time I advised President Taylor, and you were calling from Johnson Bay. I'm calling from Johnson Bay. That Louis Brown advised President Taylor. What kind of people see here? Everybody can talk anything they want to talk. I mean, you lie with confidence. When I was advising President Taylor, you were there. You heard the advice, and you testifying with confidence. And you hear some of the people, I mean, on Facebook, you hear some of the men, when they wrecked it, people are saying me, you know, I'm not so big at Facebook. Some of the things the men can say, man, you're bossing and be laughing to myself. What consoles me is that, first of all, I know that lie. Second, I have a clear conscience. And number 3, I know they are all cowards. They know they're lying on me. The only crime, number 1, I endorse Alexander Cummings, I endorse Devin Kennedy. That's all, that's number 1. Number 2, I'm calling for I join others in calling for a peaceful rally. So all the government people vest. Then while we're dealing with the government people that are threatening and doing their own investigation, we got some opposition people too that are scared that if the rally succeeds, Mr. Cummings will gain the credit. Now all this is about. Who cares? We care about the people. That's the most important thing to us. What the people are feeling and what they need today. So if some of you who get, and you know, some of them are over you don't have a moral rectitude. All right. You who get a moral rectitude, where are you? You are hiding. You are scared. You have no courage. Moral rectitude without courage. What is that? It's like faith without works. It's dead. Thank you so much. Just one more question.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, please.
Mr. Brown, my name is Jackson George, and I report for Africa 24 Online TV.
Correct.
I want to know, the ANC has been around since the inception of this administration, and of course we are almost at the electoral process comes 2023. When did the ANC get to know that Liberians are
Who said that to you?
tired?
Who said that text you?
Nobody sent me text.
Now your own text you reading?
No.
I see you reading your own text.
Isha, when did...
Ask me from your heart.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody send you to
No,
ask
nobody sent me anything cheap.
Okay.
When did the ANC get to know that Liberians are tired of suffering?
But who talk about ANC minute? That the government talking, I beg the government person saying that thing. You guys are looking at it, don't what I mean. It's embarrassing. That ANC thing, when I talk this thing over this is a national rally. Then you sit down there, the man when I hear you hear, the man tell you ANC, why you are texting back? I said, well, I'm not ANC thing here.
You've been around for quite a long time, that's what I'm asking.
Let me tell you the last one.
Thank you, Ambassador Brown. Thank you, Ambassador Brown.
CPP quarters on my district.
Yeah, the ANC has been one of the... No, okay, let's say the CPP. The CPP, and let's say the ANC. Okay, the CPP. Now you follow the CPP. You follow the CPP. You're coming.
That you promo saying that question.
People believe supporters of the CPP, both from the Liberty Party and the ANC, over the years, they believe that the CPP has been peaceful until you arrive. Until your arrival now, there's peaceful rally. Who knows whether 2023 there will be a protest, there will be this. The people believe that you are causing more harm to the CPP.
Who people?
Liberian people.
See the Liberian people that will turn out on December 17th. Then let us judge after that. First of all, I heard, let me just react quickly. And you know, sometimes it's good for these press conferences and press interaction. Then you can hear all the talking points. It was my young brother. And he really is my young brother. Little Coach, who actually said that ANC and CPP were doing good. Mr. Cummings was doing very well until Louis Brown, until he brought, what did I call that? They get a joke on me, they say I did a lion thing. Hey man, my Sunday school teacher, I bet she tell you over in your grade. But anyway, it was my little brother who actually said that Mr. Cummings was doing very, very well until he brought Louis Brown, Doga, the three Hebrew brothers. But actually, why are they crying more than they bereaved? Look, if Mr. Cummings not doing well now, and they're supposed to be happy, then I mean the re-election at 70. What are they crying for? They're crying for Mr. Cummings. You've been complaining to them. Oh, Mr. Cummings, you want to talk to me again? You'll go to them to complain in that. You know, I was doing well, but I didn't run and spoil my whole campaign. I figure you'll be talking so you can move. Come on, just stop it. Just stop this childish game. The government's scared. Period. Some opposition people scared. Period. They think if this thing succeeds, it is for the success of Mr. Cummings. That's what they are thinking. They said the men didn't have constituency. They said the men didn't have tribe. When the global people got up and got angry and turned up, then they said, but Mr. Cummings are travelers. He has introduced tribalism in our politics. They say he got nobody behind him. Mr. Cummings got nobody. When I announced my support, when Toga announced their support, they started attacking us. The President Cummings rebel. People started attacking Toga. None of us have left our party. My brother, we didn't want to make this about Mr. Cummings. But let me tell you, I hope you join us. Mr. Cummings is the best person to lead our country after elections in 2023. It is becoming an increasingly proven fact. We are not doing this to make that point. I have endorsed him already. He is the only leader with the leadership experience that you asked me. Yeah. So don't say I turned the rally because I want you and James Kudo with you today. You always say I turned the rally into a campaign for Cummings. Meanwhile, you don't want to ask me to explain. I know all of y'all. I know them simple move. You're scared of the rally too. But let me be very clear to y'all. The rally will happen in 2023 election. President Weah will be sent back. He has failed the Liberian people. His one-term presidency is a failed presidency. My choice to replace him is Mr. Cummings. And I'm certain he will win. He will win in 2023. But this rally, it's not about that. This rally is for the people, by the people. I asked our good friends at school to please join the rally. I know they've been beating up on me, some of them calling me all kind of names. It's okay. It's okay. That's also my man now. and very nice ladies, by the way. But let me end up by saying, before I invite my son, I remind all of us, there are two sides here. The people and the government. Choose your side. God bless you.
So the voice of